did. What's up? Everybody? I think I'm here. So hold. All right. I am here. Can you hear me? If you are here, I'm ready to put in some work tonight because I want to talk some shit about making some money, right? Ain't that what we talk about? But thank you, Cleo. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming through. I have been having technical difficulties. So I was using another system, and so I'm gonna use this one. So I apologize for the janky promoter type setup right now, but yes, here we go. Hi Cleo, thank you so much for coming and supporting. Like I said, I don't care if I'm talking to one person or two or whomever. Hopefully, my message continues to go on. So let me do a couple things because I wanted to kind of have some music behind it. Okay, let's do this here. Let me go here. Let me go here. Da, 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 da. Here. Whooshing. Hey, girl. I'm here. I'm here. Thank you so much for showing up. You know, much love, much love. I'm excited. I have accomplished a few things and I am ready to go to the next level. But I'm gonna be real. I need some help. I'm ready to go to the next level, and I think a lot of people um, would benefit from this. I believe that. Yes, great. Because I was like, I'm not gonna give up. My other stuff was freezing, and I was like, why? Why is it freezing? And so I was like, nah, hell, high water. We gonna do this in here. So I've been jumping around YouTube tonight, just listening, saying, talking. And, I find it interesting that we've become so tainted on in working, within these spaces. I mean, it's almost like people be like everybody's on the edge. And I'm gonna keep it 100. I think people should do a little self reflection. If I want to get monetized, I'm gonna say self reflection. Everybody take a time for yourself, honey. Or maybe take that self reflection with someone that you care about. So I'm gonna just get in it because I want to talk about these things that I've come across. So of course, Chocolate Earth is my baby. In the sense of I am I've started the seed, right? And it's only grown so far. So now I gotta move it. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna just show you the goal that I'm working on right now. Okay. So like I said, I want to continue to purchase land and build upon it. First thing being, we're gonna talk about the goal and then I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna get there. And if it's something that you're interested in, because I am looking for investors. That's what I meant by investing in ourselves, because in this scenario, the investor wins, the receiver wins, the company wins, and the people win. Because with one step, and connected to the other step, we can provide something that is sustainable. And I'm about to show you, because it is. It's already done. I'm not talking about anything that hasn't been done before. I just want to do it a different way. That's all. Right? Just a different way. Nothing, no magic. No magic. And so, like, grants and things like that, they take time. And there are so many people, different like nonprofits vying for these monies, to assist people. We'll see. It's not that getting a grant would strain me. It's just that we are at the space where, all right, we ready to take the little plant and put it in the big pot, and let's start going on to the next. So I'm excited. That's why I'm smiling. Yes. Woo. It's been a stressful week, and I hope everybody had a good week. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. I know it is late in some parts of the world, so I appreciate y'all, because here it's still kind of evening time by 8 something. So, but I'm going to talk. I'm here. I did put the link up, so if you would like to, you're more than welcome to come up. All I say is respect each other. That's it. That's all I ask. All right, let's get into showing y'all some stuff. So I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Hold on, bear with me. I just want to show you guys um, the person, and I'm not sponsored or anything like that by this person. This is just where I am going and dealing with to get my land. Okay. So this is my goal at this point. So I'm going to share it. As soon as I pull it up, I'm going to share it. So just hang on with me. Let me see, because I haven't used StreamYard in a minute, and I know they got a little bit of, they got some music or something. Hold on. So it's just not silence back there. Okay, let's get this music going. Hold on. Let's see what they got. Let's do some night driving. Let me see. Let's down a little bit. All right, cool. Not too loud. Hopefully you guys can hear it. We're gonna loop it so it's kind of in the back chill. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please share, like, comment, and let's get into it. So this is basically a strategy that I am sharing with you, and so that you don't think that I just be blowing smoke up people's butts, right? I'm trying to be good. I don't want to cuss, right? You can hit the link if you so like. You can come up, ask questions. I'm all for it, because I think that I have been working on how I wanted to present what is happening with Chocolate Earth, and how there have been people, whether they know it or not, who were very influential in me getting even to this place. So I shout out to them. I shout out to my best friend, who was one of my first investors. So, and she always tells me, I believe in you, you're fine, you're going to do this. And it does get a little rocky, but I'm here for the long haul. I'm here for the work, right? So let me share this with you guys. All right, so here is, hold on, let me see. It might look like nothing to you, but baby, let me tell you. You know potential when you see it. When I was talking about, I'm going to do this real quick. All right. I want to make sure you guys can see my screen. Let me add this to it. What's going on here? Okay. Nah. Let's see here. Why? Hold on real quick, guys. They messing with me. Okay, cool. Let me, I don't even know. Cancel. Okay, great. This is my goal. This is where I'm trying to go. This is where I am trying to take that little pot and put it in this big pot. So I'm going to show you how much this is. So y'all know, like I said, even if you don't live on it, buying land is an asset. Even if you ain't even, I mean, you could have nothing, like not a lot of money, and you think, oh, I got to have a lot of money. You don't. You don't. And you don't even have to live on it. You could just buy it and keep it, and it becomes an actual asset for you immediately. So this is 1.16 acres of property. Okay. Let me see if I can. I'm going to make it a little bigger because I want to go through it. Hey, I'm excited. You might see nothing, but I see so much, so many plans. It's a beautiful part of the country. As you can see, there's no one out there. These were going to be developments, right? Somebody said, put the trailer on there. Listen. So it's 1.6 acres. And so I wanted to just show you. Stop it. Hold on, I think it's doing like it's going fast. I don't want it to go fast. Okay. So this is how I've already invested money into this price. So I'm just trying to finish getting it paid for so we can break ground before the summer's over. So that's my goal, right? For Chocolate Earth. And I know that in having these different conversations, I've been called a lot of things on this platform, but I don't care because I know that everybody can eat off of using the technology that's available and supporting the people who are doing or wanting to do the work. That's why I came on here. Like, I'm not really as you see, I'm very awkward sometimes because I'm not really this person where I want to be on panels all the time. I'm ready to start working. I'm ready to start seeing, watching things grow, showing what's happening, and people being a part of that. That's what I want. No doubt. Like, that's it. Um, I'm a very simple girl, really and truly. So the way that works, you put so much down, right? And you just can pay into it, or you just pay it straight cash. 1.1 acre, 1.16 acres of land is about over 55,000 square feet. That's a lot of square footage. Now, let me share this with you guys. Let me see here. Let me go into these slides real quick. Here we go. Let me add this to the stream. Okay. So I wanted to show you guys this company here. I will put all the links in the what's that called? The little underneath the video. So what you're looking at right now is a study that they did. And this was this year. So just to make sure, this was this year that they did this. And what I want to show you is just some highlights, some stuff as to why I am so adamant about growing food in greenhouses for our community. I'm not going to read it, but right now what you're looking at is a vertical farm. This is where the nutrients comes from the top. If you can see that the way it's set up, and you can just continue to grow and grow. And as you see, there's hardly any soil. It's water, nutrients, boom, this is what you have. A endless supply of food. The way it should be, the natural way it should be. We just taking the new technology and making it work for us. I really like this picture because the brother is in it. I'm gonna just give it a 2 piece. Um, when we talk about conservation, when people talk about the Green New Deal and all that, that's at the top. Those are the top of the pyramid. I'm talking about what's going on at the bottom, the crumbling of our pyramid as Black people. Yes, we have rich Black people. I'm so excited about that. That is great. However, we still have people who are living in tarps next to a fence, weathering the storm. We got like what, a few months. The East Coast will start getting chilly, right? There's definitely a problem, and I see it, and I want to do as much as I can about it. However, I know I can't do it alone, and I'm cool to admit that. So I want to talk about the what's in it for you part. So when we look at, this is Idaho their irrigation practices, because what they're trying to say is there's water shortages across the country. I kind of don't believe that. I think it's more of the infrastructure and the aquifers, because that's usually where your city or urban areas, or even sometimes rural areas, get their water. It's aquifers. So let's keep it pushing. Now, this is the part I wanted to talk about, because I was actually having this conversation today, and I wanted to kind of like highlight the fact that this is produce transportation. Sorry, I was looking real close. This is produce transportation from Mexico. We get a lot of produce from Mexico. And I no knocking it. I'm not knocking it. But how is that? When there's land for sale everywhere, there's farmers already here. Why can't we allocate the funds or give these farmers the ability to grow what Americans need? So we can scale it down and make it communal, meaning its first focus is food deserts. We talk about Black people being sick, diabetes, number one killer in our community. Well, if you have a good diet, what happens? If you can get nutrition, if you can get assistance with your nutrition, and these things can be done, these things can be executed in a way that it's not grandiose, it's like a slow burn. You start here, you put the one pebble, and you keep going. And that's where I'm at. So I'm going to keep it pushing. Now, this is the people who are doing this are called Geo Bitmine. And as you can see, look how much you can grow. This is hydroponics. You can have a greenhouse like this as big as that 55,000 square feet. And that is promoting local people, our own farmers market. When is the last time you've seen or know of a Black farmers market? I don't know, please. If you do, tell me, please. I love to know where they are. I want to know where these people are. And I hear somebody popped up. Let me take a look here. Who's up here to join me? Well, hello, Simon. How are you? Simon, hello. Hello. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me still? I want to make sure this ain't broke. Okay, let me go back. Simon, whenever you are ready, I'm just wrapping. I'm talking about a few of these slides. So, like I said, here you go with the ability to use hydroponics in this way. So, like I said, you have these greenhouses that are being created in different parts of the world, different parts of our country. Companies are doing these things. However, it is not in the places that they need to be. We still have issue in our community that we lack these things. It hasn't changed overnight. And not to say what I'm even proposing is going to change it overnight, but at least in the areas that I am trying to infiltrate, so to speak, we can offer something better. That's it. That we decide to offer something better than what is already out there. I think I hear you, Simon. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, good evening or good morning.
I yeah. I mean, what you're talking about is kind of interesting.
Oh, well, thanks.
How do you plan to actually put this into action?
Well, and this is what I have been studying and trying to make it a community effort because, of course, I can't do this alone. So, what I found out was that, legally, people cannot invest in a nonprofit. You can donate, but you can't invest. However, those broken pieces, like the food production, those type of things, those are separate, which makes them entities, business entities that can then be invested in. And what the goal would be is to have Chocolate Earth be a part of that side of it on a business level, and also still continue to have that foundation side. So you can feed the money just continues to circulate within that realm because I've created the supply chain.
Hmm. So, there are like literally charities out here who are not for profits, right? Let's take
Hmm.
Oxfam for example.
Hmm.
Um, so their donations and the way they can operate, you're saying that's not the road you want to go down? It,
I mean, of course, I would always want to accept donations. They will go toward the things that need to be purchased. However, the foundation is separate because the foundation is the hub to provide these particular services. So, let's say, for instance, you decided to invest on in the business side of Chocolate Earth. Well, then every startup starts off with like 10, I think it's 10 million shares, right? And so, as long as you receive a certificate that you have shares in this, you would receive dividends off of it. So that means whatever Chocolate Earth, the business, creates, you then benefit from it too because you are getting it at that price, and also to whatever that money is that's available, it's going to come back to you. So, like I said, I do
okay.
believe that it can be done where everybody wins. So let
Okay.
me go on to thank you for your questions. I appreciate that.
Hmm.
So another part of it I wanted to talk about. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to also say this, and I can't remember if it's on this slide or another slide I have, but I do want to point out that having 1 acre of land with a greenhouse on it, you have the ability to make upwards of 250,000 a year just for growing food. That's it. For setting up a aeroponic or hydroponic and working with, there are so many places that want fresh fruits and vegetables, and how you can work that out with your community. So that's why I said the black farmers markets, right? In the hood. They need to be there. We talk about these people as if they don't, they exist as a monolith, but there are people who are having to spend their money at Dollar Tree or Dollar General because they get a kickback from building in the hood. But then there's no grocery stores. There's no Whole Foods or Sprouts or any type of options. And we're in 2023. So I see a problem and I just want to assist with that problem. And I think that'll work. I think it'll work. And I've seen it done in different ways in other countries and it can work. Plus, with those greenhouses come opportunity, right? The faster or bigger they become, you can then begin to hire people. You can provide different things for them, so on and so forth. And that's why I said I want Chocolate Earth to be that hub that directs you in that. If we don't have it, we know someone who does. And that's what has to happen if we want to create more viable people in our community. One, we got to get off their neck. And two, we have to triage people and see where they are. It is case by case, but we know overall that our community is last and pretty much, I want to say, in a too many statistics. I'll say that. And we don't have that. Like, your children, what are they eating when they go to the elementary schools, middle school, high school? Is it fresh? Is it fruits and vegetables, or is it something that you don't even know? You don't even know what your baby eating. And they contract this stuff out to people. So that means there's room for improvement. There's room to work with different schools. And there's so many different layers that I have been able to understand and carve out in this, in like a stair step. And I know it's not as exciting. I know it's a little boring, but for me, the exciting part is that I can now offer someone something if they take their time, their hard-earned money, and invest in what I create. That's that's how it should work, and where you can see and know every step, the transparency that should be provided when you say you want to help people. And I think that regardless, if you don't have a lot of examples, that doesn't mean you don't do it. And that's where I'm at. And that's why I stand so deeply in my square. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so what I'll say to you is um most people don't really understand is let's see if I can turn my mic up a sec. Wait a sec.
No, you sound fine.
I um investors are kind of clinical. We don't really sort of think about things like that. If you have an idea, it's like, yo, you gotta just show me your projective, um, and that's all it is. Because if I'm investing, I want a return,
Right.
and then it's like, okay, do you understand our agreement? So it's like, can you provide the return in about 3, 4, 5 years? It's like going to a bank, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but banks ain't doing that no more. So what's going
Right.
on is we're investing in people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there's different types of investment. There's an investment where it's like it could be monetary, and there's an investment where it could be an equivalent to the monetary course. So if I'm about to be an educator, I'm out here and I'm going, okay, I could teach you something. There's going to be a figure that's going to be on that. So I'm giving you like an overall perspective of how people invest.
Mm-hmm.
And there was literally like a platform like that I was on earlier today, and we actually spoke on this, which I thought was kind of interesting because E Black is in Las Vegas. So it's just like them lot are out there, Andrea, all the rest of them. And you know,
I apologize because I don't know any of the people you're talking. Oh, I've heard of E Black, but I don't know anybody like
yeah, yeah, don't
personally.
worry about that. I'm not saying anything. I don't know. I ain't in Las Vegas right now, but I'm just saying.
Oh, somebody else popped up. Go ahead, continue.
Takes a bit of time to work things through.
Hmm.
Um, but the good point is you're actually doing it.
Well, I appreciate that and thank you. Like I said, I'm at that place now, that in the middle space. Because in all honesty, if I could do it tomorrow, um, I would pay off my land and get up there and start doing something with it. Start building something immediately. But anyway, the reason why I also wanted to do this, and this for me is however long I go, I'm just kind of, I want to, go into that in depth. And I understand, like I said, a lot of people think this is something that can't be accomplished, but it's not true. Not true at all. And we see examples. So I'm going to stop there. I have someone in the back, so I'm going to bring them up. Miss Cleo, thank you for coming. Oh, I'm going to add you to the stream. So go ahead. I'm going to let you have it. I'm about to mute up real quick. So you got it.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
I can hear
So I just want to say I've been following Chocolate for some time now, and I believe in what she's trying to do. You know, as a person who has experienced, you know, low wages and homelessness and things like that, and lived in an area where there was food deserts. This is something that I think would be beneficial to not only our people but people period. And I just feel like I hope to see more people come and see what this sister is talking about, because I think that what she could do could, I mean, I know she's not trying to change the world and save everybody as someone would say, but she just wants to do her part and help people. And I really, the same way we can open our pockets for ratchet news and all that kind of stuff, we guilty of it. Let's help people like her, like Chocolate. Let's support her. Let's, let's support
But how
our
how
young.
how how are you helping?
How am I helping? That's a good question. Um, I'm nearly a spectator. I'm no different from anyone, but I know potential when I see it. No, I don't have the money like an investor, but if I can put my little checks together, I will put something towards Chocolate. I don't have it tonight, but God willing, as soon as I get it, I will invest in her. I just feel like that she has the potential and she just needs that push. She just needs that one to two or three people to believe in her to get her to where she needs to be. And I'm not going to stay long, but I just wanted to show at least my moral support and that I'm rooting for her. I'm rooting for people like her, because there's not enough of people like that in the world. Everybody's so selfish and looking out for self and scared this is going to happen or that's going to happen. There's a risk in everything that we do every single day. Why not take a risk and help someone else succeed? And it can only help you succeed too. Like I said, this sister's the real deal. And more people I hope that get to know her and see what she's trying to do. I hope that they can see what I see. Um, but I'm gonna step down. But thank you for having me, and have a good night.
Oh, don't make me. You trying to make me cry, girl?
I don't think you should step down at all, man. I think you should
Ah,
continue to talk. Oh, okay.
I appreciate she is part of a group that has been supportive, since I started going live, and these are the people that keep me going. I enjoy that energy, and I really truly appreciate your words. I truly do. Thank you for even saying all of that. Um,
Yeah, salute.
I I know damn well that one thing for sure, that this is nothing that can't be accomplished, and two, I'm not trying to take nobody to the cleaners. Honey, I've been to the cleaners. Swish wash, swish wash. Everything, had everything at one point and lost everything at one point. I've been on both sides of that. And what it made me realize is, again, it's not how much money you have, it's what you do with it. And, my people didn't own land on their own. They owned it because my grandparents thought about us. Other people think about us and we'll never meet them. And we benefit from what they're doing, from what they started, right? We benefit from that. Somebody created the washing machine. Somebody, created vehicles. Somebody, these are human beings making decisions to assist other human beings that they may or may not meet. And what I will say, what pisses me off the most in these spaces, especially when the conversation of community comes up, is that we want to say what Black folks won't do. I think Black people are the most resilient people in this country.
Can I
We
ask
have
you a question?
been in as soon as yes, I'm about to land. We have been through so much as a group emotionally, as and I being a child of born in the 80s, and I got to grow up in the 80s and the 90s, early 2000s, and here we are. And I've watched that foundation of Black community continue to go south. Yes, we have rich people, and we got a handful of neighborhoods, but we don't have what we need. And so I'll land there. Go ahead, Simon, you got it.
Would you consider yourself as a whole woman?
What? I'm sorry, what do you mean? Like whole
It
as a,
matters
what is that?
because you're saying you
Okay.
want to do all this stuff. So I'm just saying. Like, the question is, would you consider yourself as a whole woman?
No, I'm not finished. There's still parts of me that I haven't been able to be in those particular roles yet. So no,
Mm. Okay.
there's
All right.
still, there's still more to do. Um, Speaking of that, this was what I was speaking to. They were talking about hydroponic greenhouse revenue. So the reason I say this is because you can do this on a small scale. I'm not sharing any information that isn't available out here where you can benefit from growing your own stuff. Simon, you mind to mute up real quick for me?
All right.
Thank you. So right here, what I wanted to show you again, this is from GeoBitmine. Let me see. I think somebody might have popped up. Let me double check. I don't want to have anybody. Okay, no. All right. Bougie has a question for you, Simon. She would like you to explain a whole woman? Question mark. And Cleo asked, "Say what?" So yeah, if you want to expound on that real quick, I appreciate it.
Just give me a sec. My my daughter's going crazy. Wait. Can you go back?
You got it.
No, wait. No. Go to sleep.
That's kids for you.
My daughter is crazy, man. God damn. Her mother is an elitist, so she has the same. Anyway, look. What's the question? Sorry.
The question was, Bougie asked, "Can you explain a whole woman?" She and so I believe Cleo also. Oh no. You're fine. Because I'm like I said, I'm here, honey. I don't get that many opportunities to just ride out live, so I'm here. So go ahead, Simon. You answer their question.
I would think that a whole woman would be all encompassing. It, pleasurable, um, knowledgeable, um, you know, everything that a man desires. Because the fact of the matter is that's just the basics. You know, everything else because you're gonna encounter everything else in between. So like when you get to a point where it's just like, yo, this lady is the person that I can actually sort of go, okay, I can put my hand on your shoulder. She acknowledges that you're the leader and you're taking her under your wing. So it's about sort of going, okay, it's not like a masculine thing. It's just like the comfort of having someone's arm over your shoulder and going, okay, this is what it is. Should be enough for you to understand where you're gonna go in the future, because that's few and far between. There's not many people that can do that. We sort of we do this stuff where it's just like, oh, we're watching movies and we want to swipe left and swipe right, and the fact of the matter is that whole thing don't really work. It's just working for the people that created it. We're not creating something here. We're all encompassing and understanding that we're human beings, and the understanding of that spiritual level on a deeper basis enables us to be more like capable of what we want to achieve, meaning that we can achieve what the fuck we want, if we choose to do that and if we rock with certain people. So you know you can sort of interact with certain people and totally understand that what they're all about is their own self premise. Like, I can have conversations with people and all they talk to me about is their daughters or their sons. And I'm a bit older, right? So that's the conversations I'm having. That's the conversations I wanted to have, because I was like, I don't do video games and all the rest of it. So I wanted to start speaking to sort of like adults who had a real life experience, who had grown children up, which is not to be belittled at, um, but at the same time, I was not necessarily in that position. The position I'm in, though, is that I have a young female around me and I notice her behaviors. And the thing is we can like go, okay, we're gonna be selfish about this and like, kids are this and this or whatnot, blah blah blah. I love my daughter.
I think everybody loves their kids, but sometimes they get on their nerves.
They do.
Sometimes they disappoint. Sometimes They're human, just like you. So you're raising a tiny, you're raising her to be an adult and function in this society. Isn't that's all parenting is about in our society? Is that we give our children the tools and the abilities and correction so that they can be successful. Now, some people know, we know some parents aren't like that. But I would like to, and excuse me for interrupting you, but I would like you, Bougie had a part two to your question, if you don't mind answering it.
Yeah, so hyper hydroponics is something that's a skill, like in terms of like growing. Um and it depends on where she's coming from. So if she's coming from like an urban perspective, that's one thing. If she's coming from a rural perspective, that's another thing. So you need to understand how to grow things. It's like I was walking around yesterday, in fact, with my daughter, and she was like, where do apples come from? And she's like, well, I was like, oh, that's that tree. Um, but most people don't understand. Like, for example, if you actually want to grow an apple tree, that might take maybe 5 years. And this is where we've been detracted from. We don't understand the cycles. Like we're coming up to harvest, right? So I'm still in tune with the farm and the lemon season and whatnot. Like so everybody's in this like thing right now where it's just like okay, I could just go to the supermarket and just buy what the hell I want. People don't appreciate when they pick up a peach in the aisle of the vegetables or the fruits. You're just picking up a peach and you're going okay, I could pick up a peach any day of the week. No, you can't, because what happens, like really, where we're detracted from, is the fact that if you want to get the real harvest, it's an annual thing. It's not sort of like a day to day thing. We've been so consumed in the consumerism and the capitalism of the world that's been before us that it's messed up the real people that's been around, that's been able to actually speak and talk and do all this stuff, because what's happening is they're cutting us off. If you actually know how to farm and irrigate.
Well, I have to push back on that. And that's why greenhouses and growing things with less soil gives you the ability to harvest 8 times a year instead of just 1 year. And then your crops are at the mercy of the weather, the bugs, the anything could happen and destroy a whole year's yield. So with greenhouses, it's been studied already that it is the most efficient way, especially now with the type of, we have a lot of shit in the air, right? That we breathe that we probably shouldn't be. There's a lot of things that human beings have done on this in this country that have fucked up a lot of other people. So we know that this is true. Things can be in the water, you know, it gives you a safety net when you protect the fruits and the vegetables that you're growing in that way. And of course, you should grow during the season it's best to grow, but a temperature controlled room, then you can grow at any time and you can continue to reproduce from one plant. You can feed an entire city, a village, a group of people, the church, whatever, whoever you want to feed, even down to you having it set up in your home and growing your tomatoes when you want them. Maybe that is it. You're a tomato freak and that's what you want. But however, that is why I am so for the new technology and the way that we know it's been done in the past to create something better. Now, I'm gonna pick on you for a minute because you didn't answer Bougie's question. She said, and Simon, do you think We need to be whole women to grow hydroponics.
Yes. Meaning, I would
So
say,
who determines how whole you are? Like, is there a test?
no, no, you look, wait. I'm talking. Um, so why I'd say this is because you can look at examples of farmers, and farmers' wives are whole women. They're
Oh,
not.
Simon, I must no. Mm-mm, no.
All
No
right.
disrespect, but I'm gonna stop you right there because I don't want to have that conversation because I'm not a farmer's wife. I am a entrepreneur who happens to be a woman and who happens to be black. Other than that, I don't grade myself over terms that doesn't matter. What's whole is the plan, the desire, and the determination, regardless
That's
of
you.
what I have
That,
to
wait,
do.
that's you being independent. That's not being like, if you're sort of just hold it for a sec. If you're sort of trying to graze and understand the cycle of, you know, land,
But
you
how do
need.
you know that that's not what I've already done? You didn't even ask.
Are you telling me something?
No, you didn't ask. I've
Yeah,
been
but
working
are
on
you
this.
telling me something?
Yeah, you did not ask me if I understood when the harvest was and how, to farm and these different things. You didn't ask me. And so I think that's a big assumption on the fact that the farmer's wife has nothing to do with me creating something that can feed people on a regular basis. Like those two things don't go together.
Okay.
So that's why I'm explaining it the way that I am. And I'm probably going to chop it up, turn them into kind of little classes because it truly has weight to it. And like I said, I'm not only talking about investing in food, but also investing in communities, investing in affordable housing. I am a person who, like I said, and whether people believe it or not, I didn't come from money. I did not. If I wanted some money, my ass went to work, and that was just it. I had a little bit of an allowance, but other than that, anything else that I got since the age of 13, I worked for it. And so for me, if I'm going to work hard, why not work hard not only for myself, but it also benefits other people? That's just what my desire is. It doesn't take
Yeah,
away from
but
anyone
the
else.
thing is, it's like when you're talking, it just sounds like you're just trying to do it by yourself.
Isn't that the way that the majority of people start out though? They're
No,
doing it by themselves.
no,
Yes, they start out with an idea, they get people to invest.
no. Investment.
Yes,
Okay, all right. Let's talk about investment. That's interesting. If someone invests in you, that means they have a stake in what you're doing. So
exactly.
they're gonna have their own opinion.
Yeah.
So you need to listen to that opinion,
No, I
and then
don't.
come to your. That don't make no sense. Come on.
Yes, it does.
No, no,
Did
come on.
okay? Did Elon Musk talk to anybody before he started the gut Twitter? That's
Yes.
one man.
No. 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 No.
Exactly.
No.
No, it is.
You
It is.
can't jump to Twitter. You can't jump to Twitter. Like
But you can't
Elon.
jump to. But you jump to the farmer's wife. So if you can jump to the farmer's wife, then I can jump to Twitter. Because if we're talking about business, we're not necessarily talking about hydroponics, but we're just talking about business. And I just am tired of the conversation or the inference that because I'm a woman, I would not have this in depth understanding of what I'm trying to do and
Mhm.
why I'm so passionate about it. I've been working on
Mhm.
this since 2018.
Mhm.
So Ask me if you know what I'm saying. I know about the almanac. I know about there are many, many levels to it. But what I have been working on is the ability to simplify. And it can
Hmm.
be simplified just as simple. I'll do it this way because I like having props because now you know my internet working. So good. So I want to show you guys this is my little box. Okay, this is my little box of seeds. I keep them with me as a reminder that I have something to do. And I've got all kinds, if you'd like to know. And it is necessary because it's like, how many people you know how to cook a radish and what the benefits are? So things like this being available and simplified for people so that they understand that eating this way will give them what they need, which is to live longer, to be healthy. My mother was a diabetic. And that's another reason why I am so adamant about what I want to do. And I say I want to do because at this point in time, I'm the only one doing the research. I'm the only one setting up certain things. I'm the only one grinding it out at this point. So that's why I say, and that's why I took the time to understand that I can make it beneficial for not only just myself, but for those who invest and also for the people who need it the most. It can be done and it can be done right. I don't, once I hit a certain amount of money for myself, everything else is just a blessing and extra. And that means I can pour it right back into creating that next step. And I know people, and I don't know why people get so offended because you say I. Well, it's just been me. If my mom was still alive, we were this was us. So we would have done it together. But that's not the case. And I'm okay with that. And I have supporters and people who believe in what I'm doing. However, they're just not in the position that maybe someone else would know would have the money to invest or to be able to purchase certain things or provide a certain thing so that we can move to the next level. Because basically, at this point, the only thing I want to do is get an RV and a truck and get up on my property and start working. And that's it. That's the goal. It's not flashy. It's not, boasting. And then show those steps. There's big money in agriculture on YouTube. Now, we might not have a lot of Black agriculture channels, but if you look up, what is it? It's something Blade. I cannot think of the name of it. Hold on. Just to give you an idea. Because, see, here's the thing that people kind of miss when they listen to me talk. They think that I'm just about being a humanitarian. I'm also a part of the capitalism that's here. I have to play into that game to get what I need. Money is the tender or note that you have to acquire to be able to buy those things. So what do I have to do for that? I've got to work for it. I've got to do the sweat equity. I've got to do those particular things. So like right now,
You don't
I
have
can
to do
get
shit
family.
like really, but I mean, but I
I mean,
understand
but
where
I
you come from.
choose to. I'm not asking anybody else to do it unless they decide they want to.
Hmm.
I don't want to force anybody to do anything.
Yeah,
So
you ain't forcing anything.
no, I know. I'm just trying to utilize all of my platforms to inspire, to hopefully, reach enough people that we can utilize those funds to go to the next level. And that's it. Because at this point, it's really about the timing and about how soon can we drop that first harvest. And so that's the goal, because that's the only way that we'll see change in that way. I'll have to show it step by step. Social Blade, I remember. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about this slide real quick, and then I want to share with you, because I'm not sure if you caught the first part where I showed the land that I am.
I did, but I got to hop off because I got to cook my daughter breakfast. So
okay, well, thank you for coming up. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna be in the background.
Okay, so here we go. All right. So, what I was saying before, hydroponic greenhouse revenue. This was done in this year. I want to say, I can't see the number, so I apologize. If you can, it's this year. Okay, that's all you need to know. So I just want to read this piece, and then I'm going to move on to the next thing. Its hydroponic greenhouse revenue has been increasing over time and is expected to continue growing. The value global hydroponics. Now hear that word, because I think a lot of times we don't think that our businesses or the things that we do here in America cannot be something that can reach across the water, because it can. So the value of global hydroponics annual sales was estimated to be $25 billion. I'll say it again for the people in the back. I'm not greedy. I'll take 5. I'll take 5 bills. Okay. Thank you very much. That's a community right there, baby. That's a whole development. And now I've created wealth, not only for myself, but those who have invested in me. And now I can assist people even more so that they can have their own wealth. It's kind of like, how they try to do the different MLM scams, right? Hold on, I think somebody's back here. Mr. Best. What? Let me bring him up. Hello.
Hey, family, what's going on?
Hey, I'm just going over my presentation because I'm gonna probably repeat this again. I was just talking about the what's in it for me aspect of investing in hydroponics, right? So the value of global hydroponics and annual sales was estimated to be $25 billion in 2013 and is expected to reach $75 billion by 2023. And that's just growing vegetables on a piece of land. You could take, from what I estimated, just a basic greenhouse, maybe a cabin, something else. So we're looking at, maybe you just want a little bit of shack and you gonna focus all on the greenhouse. You can get that going for about $5,000. And so it's just to, like you when you did earlier with your show, it is what you do with the money, not how much you have. So for me, I'm peanuts. I'm tiny over here. And as I was telling my other guests, we're at this place now where I am trying to pay off the land, get an RV, buy a truck, be done. Those 3 pieces are the next phase. And then I even said, look, I'm so ready to go. Baby, I got seeds. I carry these seeds with me, son.
Wow.
I got the seeds, bruh. Right?
Wow.
So, and I don't mind being that transparent because I know a lot of people talk a lot of bullshit out here. And I also know that I have to fight the fact that I'm a woman and I'm black. Right? Like, I already know. However, what I have found out in the corporate side of things, as long as you say, hey, this is what's in it for you, ain't nobody gonna bother you. And then we can slowly start to work on the foundations across the country. That gentleman, Jalen, who's in Boston, I'm here in Arizona. I've got, friends who want to do it in Oregon. Like, it can become a supply chain, and that's the goal. So what do you say, sir?
I think that us investing and us putting our best foot forward in something is definitely needed. You know what I mean? Um, and I think that at times, yes, when you are trying to lead or you are trying to be the forefront of something, it takes a lot out of you, right? So, and you were speaking to that, to the amount of the pressure you feel. Um, and at times when you feel that pressure, sometimes you just want to say, you know what, let me not even do this anymore. You know what I mean? Let me just,
Right, there's been, yes, I've had those moments.
yeah, let me just, kind of be like everybody else and just like, not even say anything or not even do anything and just relax.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's why I've decided to make content where I can speak to what's really going on out here. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Not who doesn't like who, not what, not any of this other stuff, not, not about
Right.
not about who's getting a divorce,
Yeah, I'm
None
out
of that
there.
garbage, but actually speaking to,
Yeah.
not who end up in a controversy, not, not who got what car they got, or if somebody's a clone.
Mm-hmm.
Like really, like I'm really speaking to, and I mean we can have those conversations as well, as far as like if
Right.
somebody's a clone or not. Like I can do that, but
Right.
if it's anything in regards to something that's low vibrational, I'd rather not do it. You know what I'm saying?
It's
And at
important.
times it's tempting to be low vibrational and not invest in yourself, not invest in what you're doing, and just kind of be the norm. You know what I mean? And not be the change. But you know, at the end of the day, like you have to ask yourself, what are you here for, or why are you doing the things you're doing? You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest question. That's the biggest question that you have to find an answer to. What's your purpose? You know,
Right.
and once you
Mm-hmm.
understand what your purpose is, that's when you start living. You know what I'm saying? So I think
Yep.
for our people, it's more, us investing in land or in businesses is not, people just think about the monetary gain, but it's not, the monetary gain is not the biggest factor. The biggest factor is freedom. You know what I
I'm
mean?
so
It's
glad.
freedom.
I'm sorry. I'm so glad you said that because there it is. That freedom that is created. Because again, that your freedom is that value that you give it. How important is your freedom, your peace of mind that you're okay and your family's okay. And if it gets rough in this society, you can weather the storm. And that's what a lot of people want. They just want to be comfortable. They want to take care of their family. They want to make a decent wage. They want to be able to take their kids somewhere. We have just become a group of people who have so much pent up animosity, anger, fear, just all of these things that, to your point, I tried. I really tried to be normal. I've been trying to be normal all my life, and it didn't work because I'm not. I'm not a conformist in that way. My freedom is living on my own land, eating my own food that I've grown with my hands, and being around friends and family who I care for, as well as build wealth for my nephews, or I don't know if I have kids. I don't know that. But if
Mm.
my brothers and sisters have children, now this is something I can pass on. So yeah, I'm sorry. That just got me pumped. Like, yes, that's it. It's that freedom to do what you love doing.
And that's the ultimate thing, is to be free. To be free. When I'm talking about freedom, I'm talking about freedom to express yourself, freedom to, you know what I mean, freedom to just be yourself, freedom to give the way you want to give, to love the way you want to love, to express the way you want to express. Freedom. You know what I'm saying? You know, the ultimate way, the ultimate, life course is to be free. Is nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And that freedom allows you to empower others. So you yourself are now empowered, but now you can empower others. Now you can empower others to be free and not be afraid to be free.
Exactly.
Because a lot of times we live in these boxes and we are afraid to be free. We're afraid to say, you know what, that ain't right, or you know what, I'm not doing that. Or, you know what, this is where I stand.
Well, the bottle
You know what I'm
has to
saying?
pop.
And a lot of
That's what has
times,
to happen.
yeah, a lot of times you got to tell people, look, I don't care what other people's rules are. These are my rules, and these are my standards. And this is what I'm gonna live by. Forget what everybody else is saying. And I think the quicker we do that, the faster we do that, the better. But when we waiting on approval from others and waiting on people to approve the message or to sign off on the message, we can't get nowhere. You know what I mean? Because some people are gonna support what you're doing and your vision, and some people are not.
Right.
Um, I think a big thing too is as we're gaining
Mhm.
freedoms and we're gaining different things. A big part of what we have to do is that we have to really work on our inner self.
Mm.
Because when we're not
True.
working on our inner self, what it does is that it takes away from the things that we're trying to build.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, cool. We could learn about technology. We could learn about the benefits of farming and, and,
Mm-hmm.
and cultivating our own, which is a big thing because we know that they're playing with our food.
You know it. They've been doing it.
They're playing with
I
our
mean,
food. And
when
and
you
what they're
think
doing
about
is that
it,
they're not freshly storing our food. And then and
no,
then
it's
and
coming
then
from Mexico. Your
yeah.
produce is coming from Mexico.
And then if you do go to a place where it's actually real food, you are
Mhm.
paying a king's ransom for it.
Right. And that's
The
insane.
prices go up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They go up extremely more. So now, okay, I can either so now I got to choose between going to Walmart, getting the blueberries for $1, or going to Whole Foods and spending $5 on blueberries.
So I'm gonna do because like I said, I love playing school when I was a kid. Like I like being a teacher, or I wasn't playing. Anyway, that should tell you something,
Oh
dear.
wow.
Like my mom told me that. I love that story. All right. So I hope everybody can see. This is broccoli, right? Little broccoli. And I'm gonna be 100. I paid $1 for these.
Mm.
There's enough seeds in here that I could give the broccoli away to you, Cleo, Bougie, Simon, bushels. And guess what? If I use hydroponics, I can just replicate it. That's it.
Mm.
It keeps growing for you. And that's why I said regardless. No, it's not the most jazzy, of
Mm-hmm.
of things, but for me, it's exciting because it does two things for me. Gives me the opportunity to do what I enjoy doing, which is working with my hands, and on top of that, assisting with a bigger problem.
Mm.
Because what that lady said to the young man was true. People don't remember you for everything you did. It's going to
Mm.
be what is your mark? When I'm gone, what will be left behind for me?
Mm.
What am I leaving behind for my nephews? And let's just say I did have children and their children. And it's funny to me that we can accept it if someone's an entertainer or a basketball player that they're making all this money. But we want to villainize the people who you can do the same thing. Mr. Best, are you asleep?
I'm here. I'm here.
Did you fall asleep on me?
No, I'm here.
Okay, I thought you fell asleep because I
Mm-mm.
heard like this lull of quiet. I was like, oh no, I done put him to sleep. But anyway, yeah, you can. It they said by 2023, this year, that it is worth $75 billion. Imagine pouring that into where you grew up or where I grew up, or a lot of people like us who may not, and I apologize, I'm assuming, but those of us who were lower than lower middle class, right? We were the laborers. My first job, I worked at a I worked at a grocery store. It was my first job. I was pushing carts and bagging stuff. And we give our bodies, we give our minds, we give our energy and our spirit to these people every day we go to work for them. We got to contend with so many things that I just believe aren't necessary anymore when there is another way to do it. I apologize. Why
Facts.
my cat crazy and he trying to get my collars?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I got them collars, yo. They're good for you. Good for your heart.
And like you said, there's other ways to do it.
Hmm.
And the thing is,
You went away, Mr. Best. Well, come back if you can. Love the conversation. Love the support. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, I'm gonna hang out as long as I can because I'm really feeling it's like 9:51 here for me. It's Saturday and I done got real cute. So after I finish my presentation, yeah, I'm gonna try my chocolate after dark again. I like that. I think that's cool. Where we can just talk about however or whatever. It's only my second time doing it, but because I'm not like a crazy content, like not crazy, I shouldn't say that. But I am not a content creator in that way. I'm more like hands on. Let me show you what can be done. And I know sometimes for me, I have to keep myself in check because patience is a virtue. And even if it's one brick at a time, it can still be finished. And that's how I think. That's how I look at life. That is my perspective of life. Do people? Some people share that with me, um, and some people don't, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. I am not trying to convince those who don't want to be convinced. I don't waste time on that. I take the appreciation and the motivation that I can get, the energy that is given by people like Bougie and Cleo and Simon, even though some of his questions have me with my eyebrow like this, but I take it all, you know, and I'm really, glad that I got to meet these different types of people in these spaces because, again, you don't know what we'll be able to do down the line, you know? And I hope to inspire. I'm inspired. There's a lady you know what? I'm just going to show y'all. I'm not even going to talk about it. This is who inspires. Well, this woman is one of my inspirations. I should say that. And so let me see if I can find a video real quick. Okay, so I'm trying to see. Okay, great. I want to show you guys this. Let me invite you. Let's see. I am going to share my screen real quick. Oh, I forgot about my music. Just running my mouth. Forgot about my music. Okay, I hope you can see this beautiful Nubian queen on my screen. You hear me now? Let me add her to the string. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. So, this is a woman who has been through a lot. She lost both her sons to violent passings, and but yet and still, she is fighting to make her community better. And I don't know her. I've never spoken with her. However, I'm a fan, so I'm fangirling up here for you. Um, Let me hold on real quick. I'm trying to get to my page and it's giving me problems. All right, here we go. So I wanted to kind of go over her real quick. Um, you can watch the full story if you want to. I will drop the link if you like it. But I just wanted to kind of give an idea of the people that I know are out here doing the damn thing. So, what is Avalon Village? I'm gonna kind of keep it brief because I don't want to go too far. Hold on, real quick. Is this just the page? I'm trying to get up here. It's just her page with the thing on it because I wanted to see. Well, maybe we should look at it. Hold on, let's see. Maybe it'll give me more because I okay, perfect. CNN, fair use, fair use, fair use, educational purposes only. So let me see if I can get it. I hope you guys can hear it. Hold on real quick. Let's take a look here. All right. I hope you guys, thank you. Real quick, take a break. Thank you for coming in and thank you for your support. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for coming up. Thank you for your support. I genuinely mean that. If you know it keeps me going. It's inspiring, whether it's monetary or not, whether it's advice or just, hey, I'm rooting for you. Those things matter too. So please like and subscribe. I am excited. I've gained a lot of new followers, and I'm excited about that because, again, for anybody who is doing a channel or starting a channel, now they've changed it where you can get monetized at 500 subscribers and 3,000 viewing hours. So I thought that was really cool, especially for small creators like myself. For now. So anyway, back to what I was doing. All right, let's get it. Hold on. All right, come on, CNN. Don't do me like this. Okay, we're going. Oh, it stopped sharing. Shoot. Okay, here we go. Get up. All right, let me just get in. No, I don't want that. Yeah, here we go. Nope. Stop it. You stop it. Here we go. All right. All right. So let me know if you hear it, please. It's not that long. It's like 8 minutes, but I think this will tell the story so much better. Fair use. Fair use. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, they make you watch it. Okay, hold on.
Value when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Okay,
Find
great.
new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Okay, awesome.
Highland Park, Michigan is a struggling city. We have a lot of blight here, unfortunately. I think that what happened here happens in a lot of cities with the crime, crack, the schools started getting closed down and folks start moving out. I was devastated about what I would see walking around. As a citizen, I wanted to live in a beautiful city. I wanted flowers. I wanted beautiful grass. I wanted thriving businesses. I felt that that is what we deserve.
Can you guys hear okay? Is it coming through okay? All right, awesome. Cheese and snacks. Hold on real quick, guys. I just want to make sure that it is big enough on the screen. Hold on. Let me see if I can make it just a little bigger. I'm hoping, I don't know why it cut like this, but let me find out if I can just change what that looks like. Bear with me, guys. Appreciate you. Okay. Hey, Trucker, yeah. Hey, thanks for popping in. Like I said, anybody is welcome to hit the link as I go through what I'm talking about. All right, let's do this here. Yes, that's what I wanted. Perfect. So everybody can see. And let's go through this video. Like I said, for those who just came in, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please like, subscribe, or share, comment if you want to. If you learn anything, if you like my content, hey, you could hit the cash app like Dr. Umar said. And so now I am sharing one of my heroes, one of the people I'm inspired by to continue, so that I can make my mark and make these changes that I believe that can be happening. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. I hope I teach you something. All right, let's get back to the video. Let me go here. Okay, I'm gonna mute up. I'm gonna have it on full screen. So Cleo, Bougie, y'all got it. Y'all got that chat. Thank you.
On September the 23rd, 2007, my son, Jacoby Ra, was outside playing. They were crossing the street and a car came and just was speeding, and Jacoby got hit by the car. Jacoby was 2 years, 1 month, and 6 days old. Man, I remember that day so fresh. Yeah, it was really devastating to lose him. But the next day, when I actually woke up, I'm like, oh my God, I lived through this. I needed to just basically change grief into glory, pain into power. I just tried to transform it and make it into something bearable and something beautiful. I would look at this block like, wow, man, if we just clean up this block and do this and do that. And I just had dreams about it. I really did. 6 months after Jacoby got killed, this house became available. This very house that I was just always staring at, this very block that I used to look down and just dream about some of the things that I wanted to put on the block. So I called the real estate folks and they wanted $5,500 and I didn't have $5,500. And I said, I'll give y'all $3,000, and I didn't have the $3,000 either. I just had to make sure I got it up. You know how you just like, I want it, I got it. Folks thought that I was crazy, like that lady crazy, talking about she about to buy that block and fix it up and everything, because they didn't see actually crystal clear. I saw crystal clear what it could look like. It took about 8 years or so to actually clean up the block. We were able to get the adjacent lot and then also started buying the lots next door.
You muted, family.
You know what? That's so sad. Yes, thank you. Hi, thank you. Welcome back. Did you get to catch the beginning of the video?
Yeah, I've seen it. You know, her losing her child and her buying up the
Okay.
place and all that. Yeah, sorry
So
about
now,
that. I received a business call. Sorry about that.
no, you're fine. I appreciate you coming back. You good. Now we're gonna get into the good part, right? Like she said, she turned her pain into something amazing, and that's why I find her inspiring. So let me go ahead and finish that. I'm gonna go ahead and get it back started.
It started off with maybe like 4, and now we have 45 lots. We kept buying the land because it was so many things inside of my head that I wanted to actually build for the people. The Homework House is a space where children can come after school. They can do homework, have tutors, have just different counseling sessions.
My soul is yours, you don't have to answer.
The children can make music, computers, 3D printers, a library is inside of there. And it is meant to look like a home, to smell like a home, to be decorated like a home and everything.
This is a rook. What is this?
Bishop, Queen.
My children get a sense of community here.
You are doing great. You're doing great.
They love coming here.
This is your 2 liquids together.
It's important for my children to see what beauty can come out of nothing. That's a very good example for anybody in this community. That's 3 of them. I need 3.
I do want to make sure that they get all the attention and love that they deserve.
Put it up. Yay. You got it. You got it.
I worked in the school system as an administrator for 27 years. And what I saw was overcrowded classroom space. That was one of the things that I wanted to make sure that the children had, just an abundance of basically what was lacking in maybe their school setting or in the home life.
Girl, look.
I know.
Look
at this.
Those are beautiful.
Ain't these sweet? The Goddess Marketplace is an economic initiative for women entrepreneurs, and actually it is in a shipping container.
This is some of our most exquisite things. Look at this one right here. I want this one, and this one.
It's a space where women entrepreneurs can come together. They can provide their services, sell their wares, network. So we have it available every Saturday.
Mama Shu gave me the opportunity without charging me any booth rent to get myself established. That's not something that I would be able to do anywhere else.
Peekaboo!
Peekaboo, I see you. I feel at home when I'm here. I don't worry about my safety or the safety of my children. You did it, yay!
It's just so many beautiful businesses that I've had the pleasure of supporting, some nurturing, helping to get from the ground up.
You did that.
They have it right in the hood.
You did that. If you get the chance to meet Mama Shu in person, you just fall in love with her.
We need for y'all to come on through and support the Goddess Marketplace.
She's like the neighborhood superhero. She pours her heart out to the community and strives to be of excellence and set a standard for all.
Beauty is healing. It really is. When people walk down and they actually see a space that has been revived and rejuvenated, especially a block like Avalon Street, it is so many people that can't believe that this street looks the way that it does, for real. Unfortunately, the lights in Highland Park were repossessed back in 2011. So 10 years later, we're actually the very first relit block in Highland Park. We got 5 solar streetlights with Wi-Fi capabilities, and we were able to sit them on the land that we own. We were able to space them out just really nice for our block to be lit up and to be more safe. The gardens in Avalon Village were put here for aesthetics as well as for purpose.
One thing about tomato plants, you always have to keep them separated because they grow really big and they grow really tall.
We wanted to teach the children how to grow their own foods, show them that things don't come out of a can.
Loosen the dirt around the roots. There you go.
They have to learn how to be self-sufficient and self-reliant. It's important for our children to have what some of the other children have in the other neighborhoods so that they can basically have a fair playing field. The STEM Lab is a new initiative, and it's made out of a shipping container, and it is off the grid as well. It's basically the last stages of it right now. The village is not done. We're building a cafe down on the corner, the greenhouse for farm to table restaurant, the little small laundromat. The rest we hope to build market rate housing. I would love to see all 4 blocks of Avalon look beautiful. I would love for it to be infectious. I would love for it to spread throughout the whole city. I remember every inch of how this whole block used to look. Folks hated to come over here. Now they're like, whoa, what's going on over there? You know, and they're over here partying and bringing their children over and stuff. It's just really a beautiful thing to see. After Jacoby got killed, it just helped me to heal. It really did. It was something to do every day. The grief is energy to move forward. I think that I have enough energy to probably build the whole world. I'm almost afraid to stop. I just keep going, you know, just keep going. People always, we think that we just can't do it, and yes, you can. Start where you at. You deserve beautiful things that other cities have. You can change your environment. You really can. Sometimes I just sit and I just smile, but then I say, you know what? I'm not done yet.
Wow. Wow. You know what's crazy too? Back in the day, used to have a home like hers back in the day.
Yeah, my
To have that one
grandparents.
home
Yeah,
on the block
yeah.
that everybody can go to,
Right.
and all the kids can come and, you know, have snacks and
Mhm.
all that.
Right.
You know, then she tell you, yeah, you know, so and so, you know, go, you know, your mom coming to get you or whatever. And
Right,
you know
right.
what I'm
You
saying?
gotta.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's good that she's doing that. You know, she making her home a home for everyone.
Right. And that's where that's the thing that, and I came across her story kind of by accident. I was looking up some stuff, and I actually saw that when that actually debuted, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, wow, I follow her on Instagram. You know, like I said, I'm on the other side of the world, but I already know that once I'm able to get to a place that I can offer assistance, I would definitely reach out to her. You know, and now because I like to educate as well, as they're teaching them how to farm in the ground, there's another element to it. And see, this is why for me, Chocolate Earth is a hub. And that's how it has to start. We need a central place, not religiously affiliated, not one side, Republican, Democrat, none, light skin, dark skin, none of that. Right? Just if you need something or are you trying to achieve something, we should be able to assist. We should be able to assist our own. And it doesn't take a lot. Like it seemed like a lot because I understand how she felt because that was how I felt when I put money into, you know, made my first payment on my land. I was so giddy, boy. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was like, I got land, yo. Right. So, and I've heard the same things. You crazy. You tripping. You're a separatist. You want the black utopia. What's wrong with that? Why are we asking why instead of why not? When we can see clearly. Now, did anybody white come and burn that down with pitchforks?
Wow.
No, it's still up.
Wow.
It's still running. So, like I keep saying, they don't think we're gonna do anything. So,
But no, but see, the thing is that what's happening is that what's going on is that it's a fight between, you know, the image that they put out there,
Mm-hmm.
and those of us who want to change the narrative, and those of us who's conforming.
That's it.
So the ones who conforming, and they want to they want to make music about us, destroying one another, and the men want to be acting outrageous, and the women want to be acting outrageous, and and saying things about doing different things, and about what car they drive, what jewelry they have, and how much money they got, and also all this other nonsense. What I mean? When we, all this talk of us not being about anything, what I mean? This childlike, juvenile, delinquent behavior. You know what I'm
It is
saying?
really
And
high
it,
school.
yeah, and it forces into everything. But then, as you see with the whole Jalen Brown situation, you know what I mean? And even with that sister just now sharing her story, there's a group of us who are saying, no, that is not our image. This is who we are.
Right.
This
We
is
just
what we represent.
we just have
And
to get
this
louder.
is what we
That's
are
it.
about.
Mm-hmm.
And we start our voices are starting to be as loud as the voices of those who are trying to basically keep the narrative one way.
Of course, because that's the money maker.
Yeah.
The
And
the, the
that's why
fuckery, the
we're starting to
crazy.
show them
Yeah.
we're starting to show them that the money aspect, right?
Mm-hmm.
The money, you can't buy us off anymore. We're starting
No.
to show that. And the
Right.
more that we're starting to show that, the more that they're gonna come after us, the more they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna say different things about us. But we cannot falter in our message. We
No,
have to
you
continue.
can't.
We have to continue to build and continue to prosper. You know what I'm saying? Until we don't have nothing, until we transcend to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's essential. So I think that what you shared tonight was wonderful. I think that we got to continue to do that. We got to continue to strive to control our image, to control our ideals, our principles, and our mindset.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because by doing that, you know what I mean. Everything that we're doing will make a change, and it
Yes,
already is. There's so many
exactly.
people making a change, but understand as we're making a change, you know what I mean. That it's a process. And that in that process, there's gonna be people that's gonna be against us, and
Mm-hmm.
those things are just part of the process. But we can't let that
That's it.
affect us
It's always been the case.
because
Right.
the people that support us and the people that love us is way more valuable and
All day.
way more better than the people that don't. Just like when
Mm-hmm.
I did my live today and y'all came up there, I was tempted to get emotional because I felt so loved and I felt so welcomed. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
by your energy. And I just
And
want
that's
to
how
thank
it
you.
should be.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for coming up. I
Oh,
want to thank
thanks.
everybody for coming up, today for the live. I appreciate y'all, Riggs,
Yeah.
Simon, everybody that's supporting the chat. And for everybody coming up here too on your platform, like, definitely thank y'all, man, because
Thank you. Yeah.
y'all
I've
can,
gained new followers. Yeah.
y'all definitely are part of us growing and being better. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean, sister? Let me get out of here because I do gotta prepare for this weekend.
All right. You have a
Well, for the
great rest
week,
of your
you
weekend.
know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I got you. Mm-hmm.
So, but we'll be talking. You know where to find me.
Hey, well, you have a great rest of your night. Thank you for coming up.
Definitely,
And thank
Sammy.
you
Have
for
a good night.
sharing.
Later.
You too. Bye-bye. It's so warm and fuzzy up here, girl. Get out of here. And for me personally, and I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, I'm not done, right? And I feel her. I feel that same way, that I can't stop. I do dream about it. That's when I knew, all right, okay. I guess this is my purpose. And it also was, parallel to my life in the sense of losing someone important to me. And to what 84 said, I had those moments like, I'm waking up and this person isn't in my life anymore. I don't even know what it would be like to lose a child, but just to lose a parent is enough. I think for me, I get it. And like I said before, it's what you leave behind. They remember those of us that are out here those of us who think differently, they need a voice. And yes, to what he said, we have to become louder. I think we are. I think that, people are tired of the same conversations without any real resolution. And that's where we go wrong sometimes, where we're just getting into the stages of discussion and we want to talk about it's going to get burnt down. You know how many times I've heard that? And I asked like somebody gonna answer, but I'm just saying, like, the things I have heard, that it blows me away. The justification of indifference. Ooh, bars. I'm ready to start rapping. No, I'm just playing. I'm bad. No. But the frustrating part is when you're trying to share your message. And I get on panels, not just now, sometimes I do just for the fun of it and go on about my business. But the majority of the time is to reach the people that are in the audience, maybe connect with someone on the panel. Because you're right, you don't do anything alone. I got to this place, to this level of it, with the assistance of people cheering me on and pushing me on and going, hey, this is a good idea, do it. And don't get me wrong, I have my own trials and tribulations. I had to relocate back home. I was, stuck in a place I didn't want to be. I had to go across country. I done been through all kinds of stuff just to get home. So I know it's worth it to do. So I do hope that if you stay for the duration of the show, if you want to know more, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. It's free. And if you feel so inclined, any contribution will be helpful. Share, subscribe, comment. And if you like what I'm talking about and want to go deeper or know more, please support the channel. My sister got on my neck because I don't. It's hard for me to ask people for money, child. But I'm getting into it in the sense of I want to show you what I'm gonna do with the money. That's why I ask. If you want to support the movement, please do. The other part of my live was also breaking down how, if you know anyone who's ever invested in anything, stocks, bonds, however, there's a simple plan that you can go about, especially when it's an issue of capital, right? Because that's our biggest issue usually, is the resources or the ability to go to the bank and get $4,000 or $5,000 without question. A lot of us don't have it like that. So I don't want to rely on donations alone. However, they do assist in going to the next phase. Meaning, let's go ahead. The land is getting ready to get ready. I can have me a cameraman, right? And hey, this is what we doing. And I hope to inspire other people too. I've been kind of chill, laid back about it, but it's not that it makes it less serious for me. I'm excited about what it can be. Just like the lady that I just played that for you. You can see a vision. And I'm going to give you an example, right? That I just don't be blowing smoke unless, never mind. All right, listen. All right, I want to show you something. This is, I was telling you guys about, and I can't remember, I was telling a few people about this. Now, this is the other part of it because these are considered green homes. Okay. So these are plans where you can build your home simply, period, point blank, already to go. Blueprints, bam, whatever size, whatever type. And these are homes that are made with rammed earth and earth bags. And, you know, I find it very interesting that here's an alternative, but this is scarier than what they're doing as far as apartments are concerned. They're hiking it up. They're hiking it up, and then they're going to do it again. And who is going to be left holding the bag? It's going to be the poor and the working poor. Why do I care so much? Because they're my people. That's who I come from. I come from working for people. They could do a little bit. We had a few luxuries. However, you know, my mom had to work 7 to 7, right? I'm seeing her in the morning, I'm going to school, she's going to work, and then I don't see her again till the evening. You know, we were self-sufficient children. Well, I had to look out for my sister or I got beat up. But I'm not tired, but I think I'm going to stop here on this subject. But I really would love to know if you have questions, if you want to know more, if I'm going to do a part 2 to this because I want to talk about the investment piece. Because again, we are in a time that our economy relies on opportunity at this point. This is why you see all these pushes for people to get grants and start businesses and get LLCs because the government knows, and when I say the government, I'm talking about all over the country, that entrepreneurism, small businesses, minority businesses are the foundation of this country. We can't all work at the call center, honey. Because then how do you get your food? What if all those people stop coming to work? You know, what if, which it has happened, we got teachers on strike, actors, the writers, people going on strike, honey. Look at how long UPS, they had to keep, them people had to keep at it so they could get what they needed. It shouldn't be that fucking hard. It really shouldn't. But we want to keep playing this game like it has to be, and it doesn't. So I have definitely enjoyed sharing this with you guys. And again, you know, leave a comment, share, subscribe, watch the replay. And I hope that you come back. I'm about to wrap it up. We're at like 2 hours, which is cool. I may come back later on tonight. For me, it's nighttime. It's probably early morning for everyone else. So again, thank you for coming and thank you for hanging out with me. And I hope you learned something and I hope you come back. All right. Many blessings. I'm out, y'all. Okay, so I'm not gone. I hit the leave studio instead of end broadcast. Ooh, I'm special. Good night, Cleo. Thank you, Trucker. Thank you, Bougie. Like always, thank you, Simon. Thank you, Mr. Best. I missed you. Thank you so much for coming through, Berg. And yes, Bougie, your question was awesome. I'm sorry I missed you. I didn't see you there. Hey, babe. But yes, thank you again. And I will do this again, probably a little earlier. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to do this one more time. Good night. Have a good night. And I'm going to end the broadcast.